Hey everyone, welcome to the Drip and Jeeb podcast. I'm Uncle Jeeb, and with me is Drip Media Gaming. We are currently recording this podcast live over on youtube.com/Drip Media Gaming. If you want to check out the live stream of this podcast, make sure to head over to Drip's YouTube channel every Friday at 9:30 Eastern Time. If you want to check out the audio version of this podcast, make sure to check out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you can find a podcast. And with that being said, what's up, Drip?
Not a whole lot. You know what? Before we get into any of that, I got to give you a little bit of praise, because just a week ago, you were reading that whole entire thing off of a card. You were reading it all, and you had a few slip-ups there. I'm not going to say it was perfect, but
I did. Yeah,
it is getting better.
Thank you.
The intro is getting better. I have to admit, but
you know what I did to myself?
Up with me, man.
What? You know what I did to myself there? I had it off to the side, and I didn't need it. I said it 14 times in a row perfectly earlier. I didn't need it, but I'm like, I need it. I need it off, and I didn't, and that's what screwed me up. But anyway, yeah. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I had a crazy busy week. Like one of the busiest weeks I've had in a while, and it's not just my stuff. Like, I always talk about the dance stuff that's going on with my kids. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the week. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day, man. It's big. So they had to go to Uniontown, which is like, from here, it's like 40 minutes from here. That's where the recital's at.
Right.
So I had to be here with the baby while my wife had to get them full makeup, full costumes, and they're both in like 3 dances. So like, they have this giant bag they take with them. It's insane, dude. Like, this dance stuff is just, it's beyond me. I don't get it. Anyway, that's been this week. It's been crazy. I haven't streamed. I did get all that pool stuff that I was building done at my mom's. I did it on Monday. It is 100%
we got the pool update, guys.
done.
If you wanted the pool update,
pool update is it's done. My mom actually texted. Oh yeah, the one for my kids. My mom texted me earlier today and was like, "Hey, me and your cousin are sitting up here by the pool drinking beer. This is awesome." I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure it is. I know it's awesome. I built it. I know it's awesome. I built it.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
That's awesome, dude. It's family. You gotta love family anyway.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's fine. I'm acting like I'm not gonna go there and do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. My week has been absolutely not busy at all. I mean, not that it's not been busy. Listen, guys, I always have stuff to do. Like, with this life that I live right now, I always have stuff to do. It's just, I don't have a schedule, and there's no boss being like, yo, you got to do this, then, that, and the other. It's like, there's always this cloud of work hanging over my head. Then it's something I can do somewhere, but it's like, do I do it now, or do I binge Netflix? Or do I stream, or do I fix my stream? It's a constant battle I have. I didn't stream it all this week. We'll be streaming tomorrow night. On the Twitch,
you gotta get back
Twitch.tv I said Twitch.tv/Drip Media. That's your Twitch. My Twitch is Uncle Jeeb, at Uncle Jeeb. Yeah. We'll be back there tonight. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I need you back, man. I need you back on Wednesdays. That's my Wednesday entertainment.
I'm sitting here last night and I'm thinking, like, is it too late to stream? It was like 12:30 at night. I'm like, is it too late? Like, of course it's too late. Like, I keep wanting to stream late.
Man, I was up. You should have. That'd have been great.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have a question to ask me, sir, about something that I've been playing?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what you've been playing this week, my friend.
I have been playing Ocarina of Time on my Nintendo
Back on
3DS. Back on the horse.
On it.
I mean, listen, guys.
Hating the controls, and back
still
on
hating the controls. But I'm a big, as I believe I mentioned either last week or 2 weeks ago. I'm a big boy now, and we're Big Boy Link.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So it's fun. I mean, I made no progress since that last time I mentioned. I thought, because that's the thing. I get an Ocarina of Time and I make no progress because I'm confused, and then I close the game.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now.
I don't know, man. There was always like, I don't know. I never get stuck like that. If I'm on something like that for too long, I'm like, no, we're looking this up. I don't have time to sit here and just be lost. Like, if I'm lost for more than like 10 minutes, it's like, we're gonna look this up, because there ain't no way I'm wasting hours doing this. Like, I don't, as a parent, someone who has stuff to do all the time, I can't be lost in a video game for more than like 10 minutes. Can't do it. You got to keep moving. You got to just keep going. So
I'm just way too stubborn to look things up, and then by the time I want to look things up, I'm just like, but I don't want to. I want to be done now, and then I just close the game. That's where I'm at with that game. But I'm not. I'm still having fun. I still have a problem with the controls, but I understand it's not the game's fault. It's the time it came out. Don't take me out of context, people. I like Ocarina of Time. It's great.
Yeah, that's one thing I really hope if it does come to Switch that they do the dual stick controls.
And make it smooth, please. Can we just make it smooth also?
Yeah, I think it does need a little bit I think it does need a little bit of help in that department. But you know what else? While you're on that, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did pick up again for like the third time. I did pick up Majora's Mask on 3DS.
That's right. You had mentioned that.
It was at Walmart. It was at Walmart for $10, man. I was like, there's no way I can let this. It was one copy. It's $10. It's like, there's no way I can let this stay here. I can't.
Yeah, no way.
So
I did get that up.
Yeah. So
besides
that,
anything else? Yeah.
Have you been playing anything else?
I mean, not significantly. Not a lot of time. I can't. I forget the games I play half the time. What games have you been playing?
Honestly, like I said, this week was really busy. I streamed Breath of the Wild last night. That was the first time I picked up my Switch, I think, all week.
I was there.
You were there. It was fun. We got a lot done last night. I'm really enjoying that DLC. I cannot believe I didn't dive into that DLC earlier. I just let it sit there. I was like, meh, bike's cool. I don't need it. I'm not really playing the game that much anymore. I kind of moved on. As I beat the game and kind of like let it sit for a while and then came back to it. And there was DLC, but it was like, I still have so much to do. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then I started over. Then I started over again. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do the DLC now, obviously. So I don't know. So that was cool. We're two of four, I think, before I get to the final guy to fight to get the bike. It takes a full stream to do each one. I didn't realize it was going to be so much. We did the initial part in one stream, and then it opens up into 4 different things after that. So we've been doing one of those big sections each stream. So hopefully next week after that, that'll be done. I'll have a bike. That'll really help the Korok hunting out a ton.
For sure. I've been getting some serious FOMO watching you play that the DLC.
I'm saying, it's fun. Good. It is. And you know what? The thing about it is, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played it, but you replay parts of the game. You replay some things in the game, and they are so much better than the original version. They're so much better, like 1,000 times better. It's like, where was this when I was complaining about that part of the game? You know what I mean? Like, where was this? So
were they too proud to make an update midway through the life cycle of the game? I think it was good that they added that to the DLC, but they could have added something else to the DLC and just made a quality of life update mid-cycle of Breath of the Wild, and
like an option, like a difficulty option that's not.
That's an idea. That's not where I was going. I was going with a complete replacement.
They did put the difficulty option in there. It's called Master Mode.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. I'm not down with that.
There's going to be naughty words coming in our mouth if we start talking about Master Mode.
Let's not go there.
We're clean here today.
So besides that, we have to talk about this. I don't know if Narchu is here, if he's listening right now. I'm sure at some point he will be listening to this. You and him have been going back and forth about Miitopia being a kid's game.
That's right. Hard arguments.
Very heated arguments in the Discord. So I said we didn't do this live last week. So it was the week before that. I said I'm gonna play it that week. I'll play it, and then we'll come and talk about it live this week, which would have been last week, but I didn't play it. So today I downloaded the demo. And I played. I want to say I played close to 2 hours of this game. I got to the point where I met the traveling mage, and I had two partners with me as I was walking around. I named one of them Kenny Powers because he looked like Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down.
Makes total sense.
And then there was another guy who he just was just this cool looking dude, and I was like, this guy looks like a G, so I just named him G.
Not after Jeeb, right? Just Jeeb.
No, Jeeb, you were in the
Jeeb.
game too, but I made you the big bad guy. You were the big bad guy.
Oh,
I
where
made
was
you
I
the
at?
big bad guy. And you know what sucks?
Oh.
I didn't make any other of the me's. I made mine like, that kind of looks like me, whatever, that's fine. But I spent time on it. Because I wanted it to look funny whenever you were the big bad guy.
Did you get on my good sides? Did you make sure?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was perfect. I'll have to show it to you. I think it's pretty close.
Did you get my guns in there? Gotta get the guns.
I had the
Remember,
bald
people
head.
love the guns.
I had the bald head, the guns, the beard, and the way that your mouth was, though, I had to make the mustache part of the beard like bigger to make it like look right on the me. And then when it went to the big bad guy's head, for some reason your mustache was like this over his nose, and I was like, well, this looks stupid. But it did say that his name was Jeeb, which was cool. Now, we have to get into this game a little bit because I said I was going to do it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, guys, but I know some of you are actually interested in me, my opinion in their argument.
I'm eagerly awaiting what you have to say.
So here's what I'm going to say. Like I said, I've played a good bit of this game. I played a lot. I got as far as, if anybody's played it, I went to the traveling mage. I made her a girl. Her name was Meg. She looked like a Meg. I named her Meg. Because I didn't make me's. I don't have any me's. I just picked random ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get the game going. So I made it pretty far. It wasn't, I'm going to say about 2 hours. This game is, it's not
Drum
very
roll,
good.
please.
It's not very good. It's not very good.
Oh, Narch is
It's
gonna be
really
mad.
boring. It's really boring, honestly. And I feel like, here's the biggest thing. I'm going to say this, but then I'm also going to say another thing. The game is very boring, and it seems to me like it wants to be Paper Mario. It wants to have the humor, which it doesn't. It falls flat. It's not there. I can see them trying a little bit, like here and there. The gameplay is not good at all. It's not good at all. And the story, as far as I got, was a snooze fest. I mean, there was nothing in that part of the demo that made me say, "Ooh, I can't wait to see what happens next. I want to buy this game." No, I'm
Right.
good. 2 hours, I'm good. That being said, I think one of the biggest reasons I don't like it is because I am not somebody who's really interested in its main gimmick, which is the me creation. Like, I don't care about that. That's the thing. I don't care about that at all. So for me, it's like, I guess maybe I'm missing some of it with that, because I do think it, like I said, I thought it was very funny that you were the bad guy. I thought that was hilarious. Like, I got a really good laugh out of that.
Yeah.
But I
As
don't
you
know,
should.
man. It just... Now, as far as saying it's a kid's game, I do and do not agree with you, okay?
You're allowed to disagree with me. It's okay if you disagree.
I do. I agree. Okay, here's the category I put this game in, as far as like on the scale of like if my 5-year-old could play this game, okay? My 5-year-old could not play this game. No way. The entire thing is reading. The entire thing is reading. All of it. Unless you're hitting a couple buttons to feed somebody or do an attack. And the combat system is
okay.
tired, by the way. The combat system is tired.
It's don't set me off, man. I'm gonna go off.
It is sleepy combat system. But it's not a kid's game, but I would put it in the same category as a game like Yoshi's Crafted World or Yoshi's a Yoshi game. It's like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm like that's where I put this type of thing.
It's for everyone, but it's like what's compared to like a Mario game. But most Mario games are rated.
No. Mario games are for everyone. This is not. It's close enough for everyone, but this is like your Training Wheels. Training Wheels RPG game.
Yeah, I was getting there. I was like yes, Mario games are for everyone. This is not that. Miitopia is not a game for
Yeah.
everyone. It's below. It's a
Yeah.
step below. Now, if you want to go as far as what I'm saying, as it is just for children, that's as far as I'm going with it. You don't have to go that far, but you have to agree.
Yeah, I think
it's
a
not
little
a
far,
game
but-
for everyone. It's just
No,
not.
it's not a game for everyone. It's not. You have to be really into the RPG stuff. You got to be into the me stuff because that's it. Like if you're not into the me stuff, it ain't for you. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're not going to stay on this too long, but I do not agree. It is not a kid's game because my kids couldn't play it because they can't read. And there's
the reading
a lot
is
of reading.
incredibly simple. It's very simple reading. It's not
It
like you're
doesn't
reading
matter.
novels.
My 5-year-old is just learning to write letters. She can't put them all together yet. She's just learning to write letters. So I don't care. It's fine. Whatever. If you like it, you like it. If I'm taking sides as far as is it a kid's game or not a kid's game, I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go on Narchu's side and say it is not a kid's game.
Fair enough.
But I don't like it. I think it's dumb. So there you go. Anyway, what else we got? What else we working with here? What are we doing tonight? Oh, I know what we're doing tonight. You don't have to tell me. I already know. Leaks. Man,
Not the kind that you use the restroom with. We're talking about
leaks.
Guys, it is currently what's the month? It's June the 4th. Yesterday, June the 3rd, was supposed to be a big day for Nintendo.
Yeah, we were supposed to be pre-ordering Switch Pros, man. Pre-ordering Switch Pros. And you know what? We're not even going to get into all the leak stuff yet because that's going to finish up this whole thing and we are going to stay on that for a long time.
Oh, yes.
We do have one thing before we jump into the two main topics of the show here. We do have to do our beer of the week.
Oh yeah, I just finished the beer of the week 2 weeks ago. I just finished.
Oh yeah, you had an extra one from 2 weeks ago? That's nice.
Yeah. I still had a few left over. Yeah.
I have mine, but before we get into all the leaks and all the this stuff, we're gonna go into this E3. We got a little bit of information about E3, which is nice. Let's see what you're drinking, man. What do you got?
Tonight, and I brought two down just so because they're a matching couple, and we're not going beer tonight. Tonight, we're going with some seltzer. We got Truly seltzer.
Oh my god, this is
lemon and lime. I'm living the high life here.
I'm so glad you have that.
I'm gonna go ahead and just get for the listeners. Let's just go ahead and give them a nice crack of this Truly, which is so wet I can't get my fingers.
Truly, I've had that one. That's actually pretty good. What flavors do you have?
Hold on, wait. Just gotta get a shush real quick. Hold on. There we go. Record that one. Bush. What'd you ask me?
What flavors are they?
Lemon and lime. Ooh, that's like Sprite.
Lime.
That's like Sprite.
Oh, dude, yeah, Truly. I've had the Truly ones. I've had a lot of the Truly ones, man.
1 gram of sugar. I had one of these the other night. They're spectacularly tasty for as little as what's in here. There's nothing in here. 1 gram of sugar, nothing else.
Oh yeah,
alcohol and seltzer.
They're
it's
okay.
delicious.
They're pretty good. Seltzers are okay. Well, so that's cool. I like your drink. I do like
Thank
it.
you.
But since we're talking about leaks, guess what? Your drink,
Yes. Yeah.
your drink of the evening, your beer of the week was leaked. I knew what you were getting, so I got myself a seltzer as well.
No way. Did you get the
Only-
same thing?
I did not get the same thing.
Oh man! For a second, I thought you were talking about.
I got the real thing.
Yeah.
I got a White Claw.
Oh,
White Claw mango.
keeping it censored here. But you're absolutely the biggest basic bee in this whole world we're living in right now.
Dude,
with this chat and
pumpkin
everything.
spice, yes.
Oh, yeah.
White Claw, yes. I did go with mango. I do like mango. We'll give it a nice little pop here. Bush. Oh, it is tasty. There's nothing. There's nothing in there. It's like it's such a just a nice. I want to say it's a muted flavor, but it's not. I don't know. It's hard to explain these seltzers. They're very hard to explain. They're very good, but there's not a lot to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you had Truly before? This is my first time.
Yeah, I've had it. It's good.
This is it's flavorful. It really is. Like, and
Yeah.
I've had White Claw, and it's not to say it's not tasty, but it's definitely
The
not
Claw.
nearly as flavorful as Truly. Like, and I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm saying there is a lot of flavor in here, and this lemon is delicious.
It truly has a lot of flavor.
It's truly delicious.
It's truly delicious. Okay.
Truly, not a sponsor.
Yeah, definitely not a sponsor. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, I went mango though, and I do
Mango?
this.
There you
I
go.
do this every time it starts to get warm. I start getting like these. Ooh, I'd like strawberry. Ooh, mango. Like all these like fruit flavor. I'm like, yeah, the Caribbean. It's nice outside. I'm gonna stand on the porch.
We get my maracas.
I got nothing to do, but I'm
yes.
gonna drink this on the porch because it's warm outside. Love it.
For a second, I thought you were going the route of Abby texted you and be like, "Yo, he's drinking this tonight." That's where I thought you were going with your joke.
Oh no.
I was about to get really happy.
Honestly, I just heard you slip up earlier and say that you had a seltzer, so I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
leak."
Leak. Rumor
I'm
confirmed.
putting it on Twitter. Leak. Rumor confirmed.
All right.
Anyway, let's get into the
bull aside. What are we getting into here tonight?
E3. Nintendo has announced their plans, at least, which are weird now because we thought we had it all figured out because we thought the Switch Pro was coming yesterday, which it didn't. Get into that later. They're going strictly hardware. I'm sorry, strictly software. We will not see any hardware at E3, which is fine because they have a lot that they could potentially show here. I mean, since like I said, this show's all about leaks tonight. It's leaks. We got leaks everywhere. Coming through the ceiling, they're everywhere. All the leaks that we have of these games. What do we have? Donkey Kongs. We got Metroids. We got we're hearing Mario Kart 9s are coming. We don't know. It's hard to believe any of them at this point, especially just recently because we just got bamboozled pretty hard yesterday.
I didn't, but
Yeah, whatever. We'll get into that. Anyway, so the direct is 40 minutes. The direct itself, 40 minutes. Now that's pretty much the amount of time they had the last direct, right? I can't remember exactly how long it was. It was close
40
to
minutes. Mm-hmm.
That's when we got a lot of stuff in that direct. Like, a lot of people were like, "Oh, they haven't had a direct in so long. This wasn't good enough. This wasn't good enough." I thought it was great. I really liked that direct. I mean, obviously I was really happy when I saw Skyward Sword and the Joy-Cons. I think I was more excited about the Joy-Cons than I was Skyward Sword, but
yeah.
that's
Well,
neither
what
here
games
nor
do you
there.
expect to see in the direct portion of the direct? Because we got the Treehouse after, and of course we can get into that later. But as far as the direct is concerned, that 40 minutes block, what games do you expect them to talk about? Are we getting into Zelda 35 anniversary territory? Are they doing nothing Zelda related besides what they've already announced in Skyward Sword?
No.
I mean, what are we doing here?
I think, okay, as far as 35th anniversary stuff goes, we'll jump into that in a second. Let's go with the stuff I know they're going to show, like 100%. And it's going to be very quick, and we'll get to that in a second. But I think we're going to see just a reminder, just a quick reminder, and it'll probably take us in or something, take us into whatever 35th anniversary stuff that they're going to show us. We're going to get a reminder, like, hey, these Joy-Cons are going to be available. This game's available. Don't forget about Skyward Sword HD. And they will probably tell us more information about it, but we'll get to that. Another one I know we're going to see because it's coming out, 10 days later, is Mario Golf. And it will be quick. Yeah. I think we'll see that quick. That's probably going to be like, whatever. We'll see a quick little trailer. Maybe a cut trailer of maybe little portions of stuff that we've already seen. And I think we'll see. I think we'll see more of them, but I think we'll see them later on. Other than those two things, I have this pulled up here. Let's go to Nintendo's website here. Now we have the two. That's two I forgot there. We've got the Pokemon remakes, and we've got Arceus. Which, let's stop here for a second. I did just see this, and again, it's a leak, so we all hate those now for at least another couple weeks till we warm back up to them. But I did see this today, and it was interesting, and it was from the same people that were saying that I think that it was going to be dropped on Thursday. So same people who said it was going to be dropped on Thursday, the Switch Pro, were saying that Arceus Legends, Pokemon Legends Arceus is going to be one of the games that's like the premier games on the Switch Pro. Like, it's going to look absolutely incredible on Switch Pro. Like, that's like the one that they're going to be showcasing, right?
Quickly. I haven't heard you say it until right now, and I haven't heard that myself.
I just saw it like 2 hours ago.
That makes a lot sense.
Yes, it
does. Because all the people who've been complaining about what it looks like, the fact that we didn't even see shrubbery, all we saw was grass and janky Pokemon in the distance, all the people who were talking about that, this is the answer. And that makes so much more sense in my brain now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. And, like, they had this picture. I don't think obviously it wasn't in game or anything, but, like, they just had this picture of... I hate to go back to me not knowing Pokemon names again. But what's the big one? The big blue dragon-looking one that
Gyarados.
Magikarp turns into, right?
Gyarados. That's
okay.
Right. Yeah.
So imagine like you're down by the water in Breath of the Wild, and there's these huge cliffs around you, and there's just one of those things like in the water coming towards you.
Yeah.
That's the picture they had, but it looked like it was like 4K and kind of in that game engine. And it just gave me that sense of like, holy crap, that would be actually amazing. So I think
I got a Pokeboner, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably, we're gonna see some stuff there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see I don't know. I feel like we need, maybe that's gonna be at this E3 too, because Pokemon hasn't done their own thing. We kind of expected them to do their own thing, and they didn't. They just gave us dates. They were just like,
"Yeah,
there's your dates later."
That's a good idea, man. That's you're on the right track. I mean, it probably likely it's not, but if we get a Switch Pro before E3, and
they
what
can
you're
show,
saying is true,
right?
I mean, that makes so much sense. Even if we get a tiny bit more gameplay than we did before. But even just updated, because that
just
last
that gameplay, but
was very
not
early
poo-poo.
access.
Yeah, not poo-poo. So there's that.
Not Korok poop.
I mean, we can go through the leaks. I mean, we'll go through the leaks because, I mean, that's just stuff I think everybody kind of is sort of expecting to see. We have a lot of stuff that's just due, honestly.
Yep.
Like, we need a new Donkey Kong game. It's past time for a new Donkey Kong game. Way past time. And there's lots of rumors out about something like that. So I think that's possible. I mean, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because, the leaks rumors say it's a 2D one, and that kind of upsets me because I want a 3D Donkey Kong game.
It'll probably end up being like Link's Awakening 2D. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a side scroller. I guarantee it. It's going to be a side scroller. It's going to be like Tropical Freeze. Tropical Freeze was great. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed Tropical Freeze. It was really good. It's very, very hard. It is so hard. But there's that. I don't think we're going to see any, like, Mario games. But, man, I'm still banking. I'm still, to this day,
too.
I am all in. No, I'm all in on Mario Kart 9 of some sort at E3. I said this. Whenever they announced that they were actually going to be at E3, I did a video, and I was like, dude, Mario Kart 9, it's happening. I am sticking to that. I really, really think this is the year we're getting Mario Kart 9. I think that's going to be, like, the big thing. Like, the thing is, like, Mario Kart, like, oh, we have one more thing to show you, and it's just a cinematic trailer for Mario Kart 9, or maybe a little bit of gameplay, and it just says, boom, holiday 2021.
You know what? I can't remember exactly where my stance was as far as timing wise. Did I say September with Mario Kart 9? Is that what I said?
You have said September for everything. You think September is going to literally...
Zelda related and Switch Pro related, yes. For E3 though, that would, if they're gonna do Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart Ultimate, whatever it ends up being, E3 makes a lot of sense especially because it doesn't matter. Switch Pro doesn't matter here with Mario Kart.
Well, yeah,
It's
I mean,
gonna look
September's
the same on both.
September's open for a big release right now, and so is October. And there, are leaks from the Switch Pro, and this isn't even the other leaks. This is from the Bloomberg report, which we're going to get into all this in a little bit. Bloomberg was saying that Nintendo is actually planning on releasing this thing in September or October, the Switch Pro. So that if Mario Kart 9 does come out,
yeah,
maybe they come together. I don't know. Obviously at this point, who the hell knows? Like
in my brain right now, it's Mario Kart 9 Ultimate will be the holiday game of 2021. December release. That will be
honestly,
the game. Maybe not December, but like November.
Well, November's got Pokemon.
Like that.
Though. November's got Pokemon. They can still do an October release and it be like the big holiday game. You know what I mean? And then Pokemon kind of supplements that. And then they got Arceus coming out like the next month, the next month. Like they've got it covered. Like one more game there, they've got it covered. One more big game. Obviously, there's going to be a few more, but I mean, that could be in that spot. Who knows? Breath of the Wild 2 could be in that spot. We don't know. I think that's something we are 100% going to see at E3. I think we're going to see a bunch of Breath of the Wild 2. I think it's going to be a Breath of the Wild 2 extravaganza. Oh, before we move on too far, I will say Adam says Mario Kart 9 muscle, but he also spelled kart with a C, not a K. Relevant to the conversation, so I did want to include it. Thank you.
There you go.
But yeah, dude, Breath of the Wild 2 I think is going to be, that was the one big thing 2 years ago. Obviously, we didn't have one last year. I think we see the same thing with Mario Kart 2, but I think we see Breath of the Wild 2 in a way more prominent role in their E3 lineup, and I think that's also the thing that really holds the whole 35th anniversary thing that they're probably going to end up doing. That at this point, I thought they would do it before. I was clearly wrong about that. Clearly, we're way out of that window at this point. But E3, I think, might be the time that they start talking about some of that stuff. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is what they end that entire little conversation with. But I'm telling you, I'm still a believer. I think we get Ocarina of Time HD. I think we get Majora's Mask HD. Maybe I'm starting to sway a little bit on that one, but still, it's possible. It's possible. And I think we're getting the 2 HDs that are already done at some point in the next year and a half. I mean, even if it goes into 2022, like February or something like that, I think both of those are coming for sure.
Yeah.
So
I don't listen. You think what you just said? You said Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be something at E3. That's not my game here. I don't think that's happening. I think
wrong.
I've said over and over, I could be wrong. I'm sticking to it though. September is Zelda. That is Zelda announcement month. We're getting Zelda everything.
I better not have to wait that long.
Going to be announcements is September, and then we will get it in our hands soon after that. October, November.
I don't want to even wait that long.
Until March 2022 is when I think we're getting Breath of the Wild.
Do you know how
whether they announce it tomorrow, whether they announce it in E3, it's not going to be until 2022 that it's going to be in our hands. It's not going to be the holiday game. No chance.
I don't. You think Breath of the Wild 2 is not going to be the holiday game?
No, it will not be.
No, I don't think it is.
Or
I think it has a chance to be still. It has a chance to be. It definitely has a chance to be. Depending on if this whole Mario Kart thing that I think's going on. No, obviously not. If not, it still could be. It definitely still could be. Especially if they're planning on releasing that Switch Pro around that time. It definitely could be.
And here's why I think we're not getting Breath of the Wild 2 for the holiday this year. Number one, it's not ready. They're not ready with it yet. Number two, we're getting other Zelda stuff that's going to be ready for the holidays, that will be holiday games, but it's not going to be the focal point. Because like we've talked about, I think we're both in agreement, Mario Kart 9 is the focal point of the holiday this year, 2021 holiday game for Nintendo. I think we're getting lots. We're not getting the cake yet. We're going to get the icing and sprinkles before the cake. The cake will be in 2022. The sprinkles and the icing is games like this, Ocarina of Time HD, Majora's Time What's the game?
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask. Sorry, too many stuff here. Majora's Mask. I'm messing up here, but yeah, I mean, Wind Waker. I think we're getting a Wind Waker.
100%
this year. We probably will have that game in our hands for the holiday. You can buy that for your kid this year or yourself, whatever you're buying it for.
Yeah, my kids.
But yeah, I mean,
that. I want
I
that.
think there's plenty of Zelda. There's plenty of Zelda that we're gonna get in 2021. Breath of the Wild, they're not gonna rush that game. They're gonna
No.
Yeah, right.
You are right there. They will not rush it. If it's not ready, it's not coming, and I'm totally fine with that. 1,000% fine with that. I do think it has a possibility though. Okay. Other than that, I mean, I think we are going to see a lot of Zelda stuff. Other than that, we've got the Metroid stuff. Obviously, that's another one that keeps being talked about. I think it's possible. I don't know. I don't even want to go with my full predictions like this week. I'd like to actually come back next week. Like we can talk about all this stuff that's like rumored now, but next week I want to do a full on like this is my predictions. This is what I'm sticking to, and then we'll just see where we're at.
That's a great idea. I will do that myself.
Obviously, we've got the 2D Metroid that's been rumored. I'd like to see that. That'd be really cool. And then, Metroid Prime 4, something, maybe. I mean, it's been a while. A cinematic trailer wouldn't be crazy. And you know which one what game I almost forgot about? I was just thinking in my head, like, is there anything other thing I'm forgetting? Bayonetta 3 is still not out. It was announced I think dinosaurs were still alive when it was announced. And it's still not out. We haven't heard a damn thing about that. Not a damn thing. If that doesn't come out this year, man, what happened? Did they restart development on that too? Because, dude, it's taken forever. It's crazy. It's crazy how long we've been waiting for that game.
We've been waiting for so long that wasn't even a Switch fan when that game was even first announced.
Yeah, you haven't played like Bayonetta 2, have you?
And now I have a podcast talking about Nintendo, and I haven't even heard about it.
Yeah, dude, Bayonetta 2 is awesome. It's awesome.
I believe you. I'm interested. But we talked about last week a little bit of how or was it 2 weeks ago? We're I have so many games I want to play, but I can't get to them right now.
Yeah, you'll get to them. You'll get to them
eventually.
And then that's another thing. So I mean, that's who knows what we're gonna see. We're gonna see a lot of stuff. I do think this is gonna be a show that's this is gonna be one of those me sitting here losing my damn mind type of shows. You know what I mean? Literally falling over. Are you serious? That, and then whoa! Right after that, you're gonna show me. I think we're gonna see one of those type of shows. I think it's gonna be big, especially since everything just fell apart last year. I think they have so much stuff just sitting back, just ready. We got this, that, we get this, I think there's so much. It's gonna be good.
What kind of non-Zelda games do you expect to be at not the treehouse, but the actual direct itself? Well, we kind of talked about Mario Kart 9 possibly. I mean, what do you expect to see?
All right, okay. The treehouse is 3 hours. There's going to be a lot there. There's going to be a good bit of stuff there. I think I'm going to stream the treehouse too.
The whole thing?
Yes. I'm going to stream the 40 minutes by myself, but I actually mentioned something to Switch Corner too. I was like, maybe we should just all stream the treehouse together for 3 hours, everybody.
That'd be interesting.
It would be interesting, right? I mean, why not? I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But
my people will contact your people. And we'll
They'll lunch. Yeah. They'll figure it out. So I think for sure 2 things we'll see at the treehouse, and I kind of alluded to this earlier. I think we're going to see Skyward Sword HD in the treehouse. We're going to see a lot of the stuff that we want to know about this game. What are the quality of life upgrades? All that, good stuff.
Yeah.
Hang on. We got a bit rate. We got a bit rate issue on the stream right now. Higher than recommended.
Everything's good on my end.
Okay. All right. Had to refresh, but it's still on. All right. Yeah. Okay. It's good. Okay. Anyway, okay. I think we're going to see a lot of stuff about Skyward Sword in the treehouse for sure. I think they're going to give us a lot there with that. I think they'll
yeah.
show us. I think they'll show us, like I said, that little trailer during the 40 minutes, not spend a bunch of time on it, and be like gameplay, this, that, whatever during the treehouse.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Diamond and Pearl, for sure. I think we're going to see a little bit of that. I think we're definitely going to see that. We might. I think we will. I think we'll see. I think we'll see Arceus too at the treehouse. I'm hoping.
That's a hot take.
I'm hoping all this stuff's running on the Switch Pro too. I don't think that's a hot take. I really don't.
You're expecting the Switch Pro to already be announced by E3, and you're at this point, which is looking unlikely. Let's be honest with ourselves. And also, you're expecting a game that has in such early state that not only is it going to be enough gameplay to be shown at E3, but also going to be running on Switch Pro hardware. You are dreaming, sir.
Write it down, Jeeb. Write it down.
We don't have to. We're recording. We don't have to write it down. It's
write
beautiful.
it down. Another one, 100% we'll see in the treehouse. Mario Golf. It's going to come out 10 days later. Like, they're definitely going to be going through the game modes, which I'm interested to see. I'm really pumped about Mario Golf. I'm extremely excited about Mario Golf.
Me too, man. I cannot wait for that first Jeeb night. Maybe not even Jeeb night. I mean, Jeeb night, yes, but also I might just stream the game.
Dude.
I
That's
love
what I'm
golf
saying.
games.
Like, everybody hop in because we're doing speed golf. Like, let's roll.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't. Wait.
I want to say something. I said this. I think I said this last week after. Or I don't know when it was. It was last weekend when we were in the Discord. By the way, we are going into the Discord after this, guys. Anyone listening on audio or live right now, we are going to do a little after party, I guess, in the Discord chat. So if you want to join us there, we do that every week now. So
for sure.
Anyway, I said something last week. Have you seen Bowser's outfit? Because it is absolutely fantastic.
I have not.
Dude, it is so good. It's the best one in the game. Far and away.
I can't wait to see it.
Far and away. It's so good. He looks like such a badass, dude. Anyway, we'll see some of that, I think. I mean, other than that, I don't know how much. I don't know. If we, let's say, maybe we see Splatoon 3, some more Splatoon 3 stuff at E3. Maybe they'll give us some gameplay of that at the treehouse. That would be cool. I know a lot of people would like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a weird one. I don't think we'd see it, but it's possible. Maybe they do something a little bit different when we get our Smash character at E3, which we will. Maybe we get to see some gameplay instead of waiting for its own little stream. Maybe there's like a little segment of the treehouse where we get to see that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be great, right?
Yeah.
Waluigi's better. No, it's not. Sorry, I had to read that one. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I want to quickly mention that you kind of glossed over one of the big ones that'll absolutely 100% be at E3, which is going to be Game Builder Garage.
No, it won't.
Oh, you're right.
It'll be out.
Because it comes out already. Well, I have it in here anyway. I mean, it'll be out. But you gotta mention it.
They may mention
it. In the treehouse, they could get some game. Get some
not
gameplay.
The treehouse. They may mention it. It's possible. It'll be out though. Yeah, we'll be what 4 days? 4 days into that one. $30, man. You can't not pick that up.
And $30 physical too, which I was mistaken about. I thought it was just a eShop thing, but it will be physical, which I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy physical, not on release day by any means, but eventually I'll pick myself up a copy of that.
And, you know, I always say, if you're buying physical, check Walmart, because I almost went to buy DC Superhero Girls today. I'm gonna play it. Everybody thinks I'm messing around, but like my kids want it, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. It looks cool. It's a beat 'em up, dude. It's gonna be fun. It's $60 though, dude.
It's probably got lots of content. It's got to have content, right? I mean, listen.
But that's the
what's
thing.
that? The
DC,
Marvel.
It's the license. It's the license, dude. It's the license. I bet it's not that good. And when I get it, I'm gonna be disappointed. But my kids watch this show all the time. Like, I know everything about this show. That's kind of why I want to play it, because I know so much about it.
I mean, the Marvel Superhero Alliance, is that the game? Am I calling that the right name, roughly?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, yeah.
Ultimate Alliance 3. I mean, I'll be honest with you, graphics don't impress me. Gameplay doesn't super impress me. characters are underwhelming because it's not the same characters that were in the movies. It's the same characters. It's not the same like likenesses. The likenesses.
Yeah, well,
are different.
they're close to the likenesses,
and that was a $6 game. I paid $50 2 years after it came out.
It's a license.
And this game, I'll be honest with you, looking at this game running, the visuals look. I'm happy with the visuals.
I looked at some screenshots today. It ain't great.
It's not great, but listen, is Marvel Alliance Ultimate Alliance better?
No, but I think it might be better than this. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, subjective.
It doesn't matter. My point was, this is 50 at Walmart. That's why I was like, I might get it because it's 50 at Walmart, not 60. New releases are 50 at Walmart.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'll get it eventually. The kids want it. It'd be nice if I got a nice little discount on that one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We will.
Other than that, man, let's get into it, man. The Switch Pro did not release yesterday, or did not get announced yesterday. It didn't rear its head. We were all waiting in the bushes quietly with our night vision goggles, and nothing.
Nope.
Now,
a lot of people are holding on like you until like midnight, and
I said 8:00. 8:00 Eastern. Once that time passed, I was like, that's it. Because we've seen some stuff at night. It's rare. Nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing really big at night like that recently. But there's been stuff like I think they announced like Labo was a brand new thing they announced at night. I can't remember what else. There's been other things too. I just can't remember.
Yeah, there's a high possibility that game was, or the console was pushed purely because so hard these rumors were going.
Oh my god!
It's very possible it's pushed.
I honestly think at this point, like you may be right about that because, and here's the thing. Let's get into this. I will admit I was ready. I let myself believe a lot of these leaks. I let myself believe a lot of them, and I was the one on here 3 weeks ago saying, guys, they're leaks. Like we cannot take these 100% seriously. We have to take these, as everyone says, with a grain of salt. I hate that. I hate that expression so much, by the way. I don't know if I've said that. I know I have, actually. Anyway, I let myself believe everything because I do. I want the Switch Pro. I want it. I want it to be out. I want it to be here. I mean, it's a thing. I don't think it's not a thing now. You know what I mean? I think it's still coming.
Yeah.
When we'll get into, but I let myself see all this stuff. I let myself see all these internal listings, which there were a lot of them. There was one from Best Buy. There was a few from Amazon, like places all over the world were having these things pop up. And the one from Best Buy, as far as I was understanding, the one from Best Buy was not updated by Best Buy. It was updated by the distributors.
Okay.
Which is that's not just some kid at Best Buy like, oh, we're getting a Switch Pro and I better put it in the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and again, rumor. We don't know if that's fact. I let myself get a little, but you know what? At the same time, it's like I'm not the guy sitting here calling myself a journalist. Like I'm just a regular dude on the internet. I'm allowed to get hyped up for something. You know what I mean? I'm a Nintendo fan. Like I let myself get hyped up for it because I thought everything we had. I was like, yeah, this is a lot. Like this is a whole lot of stuff here. This is crazy. I really thought we were gonna see something. So I did hold on hope. We were into about noon yesterday, and I started putting in the Discord. I was like, guys, maybe tonight, like 7, 8 tonight, we'll see. But it ain't looking good. But I want to say this: if we take away all the leaks, okay, all the Reddits, the Twitters, the YouTubes, the BS, all the stuff that there's no real credible anything behind it.
Yeah.
You take away all that and you only look at the Bloomberg article, right? If you only look at that and not all this stuff we got hyped up about a Thursday release, all this stuff we got hyped up about, stuff in the system, the Bloomberg thing's still in play. It's still in play. All they said is that it was going to come out before E3. We still have all week next week.
We do.
I mean, they're cutting it damn close at that point. Tuesday, they don't do things on Mondays. They never do things on Mondays. So the closest we would be able to see this thing would be Tuesday. I think it's still possible. But I mean, if you take away all the bull stuff, if you just get rid of all that and just go back to the one thing, Bloomberg is somebody that I'm okay believing Bloomberg. Like I can reel myself back in on these leaks and stuff, but Bloomberg, I'm okay with believing them. You know what I mean? Like I still have no problem believing that. Now,
it's not Tommy Potato on YouTube, being
right.
a
Yeah,
boy.
like I said last week, Leaky McLeakerson. They're not going to tell them if they change plans. And you know what? Maybe it was at one point scheduled for this Thursday. Like I do want to make that clear too. I'm not sitting here saying that all these people who put these leaks out, that they're liars. I am definitely not saying that. I don't want that to even come across that way in the slightest bit, because they're probably not. They probably do have inside information, but like I said, like whoever's given them that inside information, who knows where they're getting it from and how often they get that information. You know what I mean? Like, if something changes,
stuff happens.
That's what I'm saying. If something changes, that person maybe doesn't get that information and they don't, leak it to whoever on Twitter.
Yeah.
Then they don't know. So they just go with what they know. I can't even imagine the layers that go into being a leaker. Like, what a stressful life that would be.
In this day and age, like, you got to imagine that companies are like preparing that people are going to leak stuff. And they have to have like backup plans, false information thrown out there just in case.
Nintendo does it. I know for a fact Nintendo will put out several different things to different people in the company.
Yeah.
And then see what goes out. And they know exactly who they told that to. So they find out who it was, like right there.
Yeah.
Like if they think they've got somebody leaking stuff internally, that's how they do it.
There are ways that companies, I have to imagine, I don't know this, I'm just a guy speculating here, but there's got to be ways that these companies are protecting themselves, protecting their products, protecting their brands, that if something like this does happen with Bloomberg, at the very early, where Bloomberg, quote unquote, spoiled it, leaked it, Nintendo was planned for this. They planned for it. They had a backup plan, which is probably just to push the date. And if we get a Switch Pro next week, that means that it was Thursday. And they pushed it. I mean, I'm convinced of it, because there's no way
they were
wrong about this. If it comes out next week, there's no way they're wrong about it for this Thursday. That just means
I think you're right. I think
there's
they just
nothing to lose.
Yeah. But you have to think about this too. Nintendo companies do this all the time too. This Bloomberg thing might be on purpose.
It could be.
I mean, companies leak stuff like that all the time, like these little things, and then make it act. They make it like, oh, leak, leak. They haven't come out and said. They have not come out and said anything. Last time all this Switch Pro stuff really got a lot of fire under it and really started going. I mean, Nintendo came out and they're like, we are not releasing any new hardware this year. They plain out said it. And they've been on record several times this year during like shareholder meetings and stuff saying we're just not ready to talk about that right now. They don't say we're not putting out hardware this year. They say we're not ready to talk about that right now. I mean, it's coming. Now, let's get into some fun stuff with this. I had a question that I wanted to ask you, and I thought this was like I heard somebody else talking about this, and I was like, I want more opinions on this because this is a very interesting topic. Now, let's say we get a Switch Pro announcement. It's got a trailer. It's got, people playing games on it. what games are they showing being played on the Switch Pro?
Like, we're talking right after they announced Switch Pro. What's the first?
I'm talking
games?
like in their trailer, like when you're looking over the shoulder, watching somebody play a game on the Switch Pro. What is that game?
Well,
what are the games?
If we go back to the regular Switch, and if you Google on YouTube, Switch trailers, Switch whatever, the normal Switch we're talking about, you see Breath of the Wild 2, the old one. You see,
but you know what else you see? This is the interesting part. Part. You know what else you see? You see Mario Odyssey. We didn't even know what we didn't even know what that game's name was at that point. We didn't even know what it was. It was just
really?
like, oh my God, look at that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Didn't even know when the first time you saw the Switch. No, you didn't know what Mario Odyssey was.
Did they announce that presser later?
I can't remember, but at the time, you didn't know. You didn't know.
That's information I needed to know. So thank you for telling me.
That's why I'm trying to lead you into this a little bit so I can give you some information because I know you didn't know that. So I'm trying to lead you in so you can try to. Now that's what I'm saying. They were showing games that weren't even out. They were showing games and that people were like, "What's that? What's that?" Could we get like a Breath of the Wild 2 clip in the trailer?
With you telling me that,
right?
I think the game is close enough. There's no way the game is not close enough for a 30-second addition into a Switch Pro trailer.
I mean, what if we saw some same thing, like Mario Odyssey? Like, what if we see just some crazy Mario footage that we've never seen before? No clue what it is. That's pretty interesting to think about, isn't it?
That is incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited thinking about the possibilities.
Right? I know.
Because don't forget, don't sleep on Bowser's Fury, okay? I mean, that's the style.
I know.
That's the style of game that is going to be the next Mario game for sure.
Maybe.
I
think
now,
we don't know that. We don't know that.
Of course we don't.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
But who knows, man? We could get Bowser's Fury, like,
just the full game. Yeah,
yeah.
And then, a day later, they're like, this is what that was, or whatever. Or maybe at E3, we see what it actually was.
Or in September. Think about it.
All right.
It's truly possible. It's truly possible.
I mean, listen. I know you're dead set on September. I don't know why, but man, you are dead set on September. Anyway, that's an interesting thing to think about. I have no idea what they would show. Maybe they would show like some Splatoon 3. Maybe it is like Arceus. Maybe they show footage from that. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're gonna just show like why show Breath of the Wild? Why show Mario Kart 8? Like, we already know what those look like. They're not gonna look that much better on the Switch Pro. We want to see what the new stuff's going to look like. You know what I mean?
Arceus there's a significantly higher chance we see Arceus running in a Switch Pro trailer than we do Breath of the Wild 2 because we've already seen it. They've already showed it to us.
I think you're right about that. And especially being Breath of the Wild 2 so high profile as it is. But then again, man, we saw Mario. It's pretty high profile. It's tough. So
yeah.
That's something to think about. Another thing. We have not even touched on, like, what this thing is going to look like. Like, everybody's just kind of lost that. Like, Bloomberg keeps saying, like, oh, yeah, it's going to be, like, the same shape. But, like, are we going to get colors?
Like, specs are one thing. They're not talking about specs, because we've heard
specs
crap tons of specs.
We're not going there.
You're talking about,
we're not going
what
there.
Are we touching?
I'm talking about what does it look like? Like, what is the actual visual difference to tell me that this is a Switch Pro? Because as far as I can tell from what we've been hearing, it's going to be the same shape. Okay, basically. So, like, the Joy-Cons are going to fit on the sides the same way. Yes. We're going to have the same Joy-Con compatibility. Whether they have new ones or not, we'll see. But let's stop there real quick before we jump into what I just said. If they have new Joy-Cons, I will be very surprised at this point. Very, very surprised for one reason. They are going to piss so many people off who pre-ordered those Skyward Sword Joy-Cons to know that they're buying old Joy-Cons that also fit on the Switch, but now there's new ones. Unless they come out and say, oh, we didn't tell you this, but these are actually the upgraded versions. I actually did a video on that, but it kind of makes a lot more sense now. Like, if they're going to upgrade them, like, they would have to come out now and be like, well, we didn't tell you this, but these are the upgraded ones. Like, they look the same, but they have
Here's
better
a little
things
fabricated conspiracy theory coming from my mind as you're talking about that. Remember
hat.
your video of the Monster Hunter Switch? Yeah, right? The Monster Hunter Switch, how you did your unboxing, and it clicks really nice, and clearly you can hear in the video.
Completely
if you have good ears, you can definitely tell it sounds
I did it when
different.
remember when we were we had a bunch of people in the Discord on a call, and I was like, guys, like, tell me this isn't like clearly different. And I clicked the Animal Crossing Switch, which is pretty much brand new, and it's not like I beat the hell out of my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I take care of my stuff. These Joy-Cons are loose. I've had 4 Nintendo Switches, okay? All the Joy-Cons have been loose except that one. Something was different there. Something's different.
Look, if anyone's thinking that you use your Switch too much or you wore it off, it's worn down, I'll debunk that right now, because I have a pair of new Joy-Cons that I bought brand new, and I have a pair of Joy-Cons that were refurbished from GameStop. Clearly, like years, a couple of years difference in age. They sound exactly the same when you pop them on. There's no difference. The wobble
that's what I'm saying.
It's a little less wobble on the brand new ones, but that's just natural. The plastic is 2 years older than the other one. But as far as like what we're talking about the sound that it makes when it clicks in. The mechanism
is completely different, and it
just
slides in tighter.
It
slides in tighter.
It's tight, man.
It is tight.
So, yeah.
It is tight. It is toy.
So my conspiracy theory is maybe we already have the new Joy-Cons. We just don't know.
It's possible. Yeah, it could be.
And that's neither good or bad, because maybe they still have drift, but they're the new ones.
They 100% do, man.
And they're still the new ones. So
if
you're looking for no drift Joy-Cons, you're
never going to get them. You're never going to get them. It doesn't even matter if they change it. You're never going to get them. You'll never get that. Every single controller has that problem. Every one of them.
But okay, I know you said that in the past. We've heard the story that even the PS5 has drift right now.
The PS5, and the however much that stupid Xbox controller is that costs like crazy amounts of money.
But here's
Xbox
what I
being
want
sued over that because it's got drift.
Here's what I want to rebuttal with that is that right here on my display here, you can't see it that well, but it's a Forza Edition Xbox One controller that came out, I don't know when, like 2016.
Ooh, that's
2015,
nice,
something
man.
like that.
That's
it's
nice.
very nice. I'll take it off. Hold on. It's got rubber on the back. This is the best feeling controller I've ever had. The triggers feel great,
dude.
Here's the thing though. 8 months. I bought this when it was new. I don't remember when. Mid 2010s. When I bought this, 8 months. It took 8 months, and this started to drift. Like before drift was drift. This is before the Switch. This came out before the Switch.
Yeah, dude, it happens all the time. The problem is
hold on.
Okay,
before
go
that, I'm a big Xbox. I've been playing Xbox 360 since it came out, its inception. That was my introduction to not my introduction. That was my sequel to consoles in my house. Was the Xbox 360. My first one was the PS1.
My God, I'm so old.
Well, but dude, we didn't buy consoles. I was old enough to get a 64. But we never got that.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I was playing the original Nintendo, man.
Okay. Anyway, that's not the point. We can talk about how old you are in a different podcast. In this podcast, I have original Xbox 360 controllers. No drift, no nothing. I've thrown not this one.
That's
I'm just holding it for. I've thrown them. I've. Dude, I would rage
Jeeves
so hard.
Rage.
MLB
Jeeves Gamer Rage is so
MLB
real.
2K11, NBA 2K11 had a double pack with the baseball and the basketball. Man, I'd rage so hard.
I can imagine. I can see
I
you.
threw controllers.
I see you get mad on stream. I can't imagine how you are.
When I was a kid and didn't pay for things and I was ungrateful, I would throw my crap everywhere.
Oh my God. I can just imagine. Nope. I can see it.
Not broken. They're fine.
That's
totally
crazy.
Fine. No drift. No, so this is a conversation we can get into maybe another podcast, but I think it's an interesting one that people keep saying, no, it doesn't matter what control you have, there's going to be drift. That's not True. It's how they build them, and the 360 is a tank, man.
Well, here's the thing. You are 100% right in what you just said. Here's the thing. There is so much technology going into these controllers now with the haptic feedback. All the, it's expensive. They have to cut costs somewhere. And where they cut it is the sticks. That's exactly what's going on. I can promise you. Because with all the science that goes into a Joy-Con, like, just think about it. Like, the HD Rumble.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
All the stuff. The IR, like, everything that the Joy-Con has. Yeah, it's got a ton of stuff. And they're expensive. But, like, think about how much shit's packed in there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But the sticks suck. They're $2 sticks on Amazon. They're terrible. But that's one of the places where they cut the cost to be able to put this other stuff in there and still sell it at an affordable price. Because you could probably have better sticks in there. You could probably have better everything in there. But it might cost $200. And who's going to buy that? Nobody.
I have the SM, actually, again, over here, the SM30 30 Pro Plus, not the version 2, the other one. It broke on me, not the sticks. I had a rumble motor, ironically, just pop out of its socket for some reason. So I got my little toolkit out I have here, popped it open. You'd be surprised. Now, actually, maybe you wouldn't, because you know how light and hollow it feels. I know you do. I'm talking to you.
I have it right here.
Yeah, it feels because it is. It's hollow and empty.
Yeah, it's light. Yeah,
it's not. I like the controller better than you do. I'm saying it's a nice controller. However, I will admit there's nothing in there. And I opened it to fix it. Nothing's in there. I opened a Joy-Con up. That thing is not only way smaller. It's small.
Packed
First off, it's tiny. It's a tiny little baby controller, but it is packed so hard. It takes 2 hours to do anything in.
It takes you 2 hours to do it.
Shut your mouth. And then
it doesn't take me that long.
But this big boy over here is empty, and it took me 40, maybe 30 minutes from start to finish. When I realized it broke, to fixing it on stream, which I have a highlight of on my Twitch, 30 minutes. And it was done. Like, it's very not complicated.
I mean, I don't think the Joy-Cons are going anywhere. I think they'll be the same Joy-Cons.
Back to what we're talking about, yes.
Whenever this thing's released, they're going to be the same ones. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we went down a little bit of a road there, but hey, I brought us right back. Totally fine.
Absolutely.
So, the leaks, at this point, I'm not going to say that they're fake. I'm not going to say that they're fake. I will not sit here and say that. Because these people, a lot of them get stuff right. The people who are saying stuff, they get stuff wrong too. But again, who knows how much this goes, you know what I mean? How many people it goes through before it gets to them. And how skewed it's been by the time they even get the information. We just don't know. So that's why, you can't let yourself get really wrapped up in that stuff. Yeah. But I will say this. I do trust Bloomberg. I trust Bloomberg. And if they say the Switch Pro is coming before E3, I still believe him. I mean, I guess next week, right? Maybe. That's it.
If it happens next week, then they were right, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Here's another thing, too. There's something else that a lot of people aren't talking about because it's really not that big of a deal. But Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest thing starts next week at the end of the week. There's going to be third-party there's third-party companies that are going to be a part of that too. That could possibly show Nintendo games and also want to show the games running on the Switch Pro, not the regular Switch. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, you'd still, it didn't have to be this week. I think we all really wanted it to be this week.
Absolutely.
But it didn't have to be. As long as it's in front of that's the first stuff that's coming. As long as my calendar is correct in my head, which I think it is, that's the first stuff that's coming. And it's late next week. So, I mean, as long as it's out for, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, one of those days. I literally said the same thing last Sunday in a video. But at this point, That's still very possible. Now, if it doesn't, let's go here. If it doesn't, then what? That's crazy, right? Then we're into territory like, have we been lied to our entire lives? Is the Switch Pro even a thing? Is Nintendo a real company?
Chris, I have one thing to say to you, and it's a lyric from one of my favorite songs.
I thought you were going to say September, and I was going to end my video call.
I was about to sing a different song in my head because I think I was going to sing a song. September. I was going to sing September. I ruined my own joke because I can't remember the lyrics of the song. So yeah, all right, cool. See you guys.
I'll be gone. I think that's still November.
Yeah. No, but if we don't get it, that's another podcast. If we don't, that's an interesting.
I know. Interesting
E3
then things
post
really get
E3
interesting
podcast.
At that point.
Post E3 podcast. That is an interesting one. If we don't get a Switch Pro.
Oh my God! We'll have to talk about that
possible.
next week. That's crazy. Yeah, if it doesn't happen next week, like, dude, everything's changed at that point. Like everything we thought we knew is completely different. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to hit up there, sir?
No, that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything.
Do you want to just ever so quickly? You want to talk about colors because we didn't really talk about that. I think it's a little interesting to talk about. Like, could we get different colors? Now, Joy-Cons, we're not getting new Joy-Cons. You and I've already talked about that. That story's closed.
Well,
for this podcast.
kind of where I'm going with all that stuff. Just my question is because like we got the one with the Switch. Like I'm not talking about different colored Joy-Cons. I'm talking about a different color. We got the Mario one, the red one.
Correct.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Are we going to be able to get like a purple one, a blue one? Like, is that going to be a thing with this? My gut tells me no.
A clear one, please. There's so many people out there that want.
Oh my God,
that atomic
like
purple
atomic
Switch.
Purple. I know, man. Everybody wants that.
Sign
I
me
hate
up.
it. I hate atomic purple.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Ouch.
Yeah.
Oof.
I think it sucks.
You gotta apologize. It's not here. It's behind my
Drip
set.
sucks. He hates atomic purple. Cancel Drip. No,
here's a question.
I don't like atomic
Could
purple
we
that much.
get another Animal Crossing Switch? And if we do, could we get another ASMR unboxing?
Oh my God, where did you find this? My God,
truly.
where did you? I wondered what you just pulled up. Why do you have this?
Oh my God, dude, I'm waiting all night to throw this at you.
Dude, this was a nice video. I'm going to do this again sometime.
I don't know the guy. I wish I plugged this guy on YouTube. He's got a huge following. He doesn't need the plug, but he's an ASMR unboxing guy, which I'm sure that you knocked off, right? I mean, that's the idea you're going off of. Because he doesn't speak. He just does what you're doing in this
There's
video.
like 10, there's like 15 people who do it. I've seen so many videos like that. Yeah, I was just like, honestly, I was like, I want to unbox it, but I don't have a damn thing to say about it. And I was like, I know what I'll do. I know exactly what I'll do.
For those of you in the audio audience, we're watching a little clip of Drip when he released his Switch Animal Crossing Switch unboxing, where he did an ASMR version. He's wearing the gloves. He's swiping all over the Switch. I could have turned the audio on for this and just so they could hear it because you're not talking at all. You're making little sounds. You're crinkling the plastic. ASMR
well, it doesn't
video.
matter. It doesn't matter when the copyright thing comes to me. I'm gonna say no. It's good because it's on my channel.
Right. I would never do this except for
the Pokemon Company can't do anything about this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pokemon Malone's like gonna come after you.
I don't know. I would like to see colors. I would like to see colors. I would like to see something different. My guess is being if we are doing this $400 thing that it seems like we're doing, my guess is it's not going to be colors. My guess is it's going to be super refined, very nice, maybe white.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be
white would be cool. I saw a render today of a white Switch, and also, by the way, it had a new dock.
Oh yeah,
as well.
I saw that thing where it had like a weird like a dock. I saw something with that. Yeah, that did look cool. That was a nice render. Maybe I'll use that in tomorrow's video. That's a nice render. I need to find that.
It's a great render.
Yeah.
Nothing better than this video we're watching here, though. Nothing.
Dude, there's lots better than this. There's a ton better than this. I don't know. I just I'd like to see colors. And I don't know. It's still very hard for me to picture this Switch just completely taking the place of the $300 Switch at $400. That is really hard for me to wrap my head around.
No way. We don't need to talk about this because it's not happening. They're not cutting the regular Switch. They're going to.
We don't know for sure. We don't know for sure that it's $400. I mean, it could be like $350.
It could be two different tiers. We could get a 1080p screen and a 4K screen.
I mean, what I would like to see.
Who knows?
What I would like to see is just a revamp of the one we have, and then a Pro model, like a full on like. That's another fear I have too. I fear that we have all these expectations for 4K and DLSS upscaling and all this stuff, and none of it's going to be there.
It could be just like another revised number 2 or number 3 in this case, where if you guys remember the revised 2, it was nothing physical up, but the battery got upgraded.
No, it's not the battery. It was the chip. I'm sorry, the battery.
When I said that the battery life was upgraded, the chip was replaced.
Chip was the only thing that was actually changed. Yeah.
And no graphical improvements whatsoever, just a battery upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen, but it concerns me because it's Nintendo, and sometimes they just do stupid things. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to wait. It's gonna make for a great podcast next
absolutely.
Week because either way, like I told you this earlier this week. Either way, whether we get it or not, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Which
for sure, man,
we did.
For those of you for those of you who are listening or in the stream, I'm not ending by the way, but for those of you listening or in the stream, just keep an eye out. If there is news, the Drip and Jeep channel will be live, and we will not this channel, the Drip and Jeep channel will be live, and him and Chris and I will be definitely talking about what's happening. Like as soon as that information goes live, we will go live.
Yes. We decided we're gonna do some of these like mini things like this over there on that channel. I think that's a good idea. We'll just go live over there, do the mini thing. Like the podcast will stay here for sure.
Right.
I mean, at least until we get monetized over there, then we can move it over there.
Right.
Right now, we're keeping it here. If you're not following that or subscribe to that, make sure you do that.
Yeah,
I don't have a link.
Are we finished? Is that going to be?
I think we're done. Yeah, man. I mean, I think we did it. We did good.
That was a fun one. This was a fun one.
It was. It really was.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up today's podcast. For those of you in the stream, we're not done. Stick around, and we're going to get to your super chats if we haven't already got to them in just a second. For those of you listening, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Don't forget to follow the Drip and Jeep YouTube channel for all the video for the video format of this podcast, and make sure to tune in every Friday at 9:30 Eastern for the streams. You can check out me, Uncle Jeeb, on Twitch, twitch.tv/Uncle Jeeb, and you can check me out on my YouTube, youtube.com/Uncle Jeeb. You can check out Drip Media Gaming at twitch.tv/Drip Media, or at his YouTube, which we're live at right now, youtube.com/Drip Media Gaming. Again, as always, guys, thank you patrons and YouTube members for us supporting us. It goes a super long way, and also super chatters. Shout out to you guys. It goes a super long way to help us continue to make this, and really just goes a long way to support us. So we really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.